Seattle's housing market is shifting. As we close out 2025, inventory is climbing and homes are kind of sitting longer and buyers are gaining real negotiating power. Now, if you have been waiting for the right moment, this December update is the one that you can't afford to miss. Hey, Ravi Ramachandran with the Rams Group here. Welcome to your December 2025 Seattle area market update. My goal, as always, is to educate, inform, and cut through the noise so you can make smart, confident housing decisions. Today, we'll look at what's happening nationally and tie those trends directly into King, Snohomish, and Pierce counties right here in the Pacific Northwest. Let's dive in. First, the national trends. Now, nationally, the housing market is cooling heading into the year end. The mortgage rates are hovering around 6.2 to 6.3% for a 30-year fixed loan, which is down slightly from earlier highs, but still elevated enough to make many buyers stay cautious. Now, inventory across the US has been rising, with October making over 1.1 million active listings. And home price growth nationally is slowing just 1.1% year over year. Now, this is the lowest since 2012. Now, December typically sees fewer newer listings, but a small uptick in motivated buyers wrapping up the year. Now, here in the Seattle area, we are seeing those exact patterns kind of play out. So with the national data out of the way, let's look at the local counties. First, let's look at King County. Now, King County numbers will tell a clear story. The new listings jumped nearly 20% in November, and inventory surged 45% year over year to about 2,950 homes. Months of supply grew to 2 months from 1.4 months last year. Now, the median sales price dropped slightly to $925,000, which is also down 1.4%, though year-to-date prices are still up 2.4%. Closed sales fell 15%, and days on market rose to 35, up 21%. Now, sellers received 98.9% of their list price. On the condo side, median price fell to about $505,000, which is 12% down since last November. With all that data, right? What should you do if you are a buyer? Now, this is your market. More inventory, longer days on market, slightly softer prices mean you have time as well as options. It's good for you. Now, don't rush. Compare properties, negotiate hard, and look for motivated sellers willing to offer concessions as well as price cuts. If you are a seller, on the other hand, pricing accurately is more important than ever right now. Homes are taking longer to sell, so make sure your property is well staged and competitively priced. And the granddaddy of all, be open to negotiation and consider offering incentives if you want a faster close. With King County stats out of the way, let's look at Snohomish County. Now, Snohomish continues the trend. New listings dipped 5%, but inventory jumped 35% to 1,202 homes. Months of supply grew to about 1.9. Median price fell 4.5% to $740,000. Days on market increased a dramatic 41% to 41 days. To mean homes are staying longer, partly because of the interest rate situation. Now let's see what the Fed does. Closed sales dropped 19% and sellers received 99% of their list price. So if you are a buyer in Snohomish County, what should you do? Snohomish County offers great opportunities for buyers. With falling prices and rising inventory, you can take your time, find real value, have time be on your side. Now look for homes that have been sitting longer. Those sellers normally are more open to negotiating and flexible on price and terms. Now, if you're in the market for condos, Snohomish offers good negotiation power, better than King. Then if you are a seller in Snohomish, patience and strategy are absolutely key. Price your home to reflect the current market realities, not what your neighbor sold for last spring. Marketing, presentation, and willingness to negotiate will make or break your sale timeline. After King and Snohomish, let's move on to Pierce. Now, Pierce County shows similar softening as well. New listings fell by about 6%, but inventory rose 24% to 1,990 homes. Now, months of supply is now at 2.4 months. A median price ticked up a tad to $575,000, with closed sales dropping 14%. Now, days on market increased to 48 days. Now, sellers got 99.4% of the list price. The price drag in Pierce wasn't as much as King and Snohomish, percentage-wise. Now, if you are a buyer in Pierce County, Pierce offers some of the best affordability options in the region. With rising inventory, modest price growth, you have leverage, so use it to your advantage. Ask questions, negotiate repairs or closing costs, don't settle for a home that doesn't check all your boxes. Now, if you are a seller in Pierce, be realistic and proactive. Homes are taking longer to move, so showcase your property's strengths and price it competitively right from day one. Don't even think about pricing it high and then coming down on price. It's going to work against you. Okay. Consider incentives like covering closing costs, offering flexible move-in dates to attract serious buyers. That'll set you above the curve. So here's what it all means. No matter which county you are in, buyers, this is a market built for you. More choices, longer timelines, and softening prices mean you can shop smart and negotiate hard. Sellers, strong offers are still happening, but only for homes that are priced right, show great, and marketed well. Now, if you want data tailored to your zip code or have questions about what these trends mean specifically for you to make your next move, reach out. Feel free to DM, call, or book into my calendar. Let's jam out. Now, as you're aware, every zip code tells its own story, and December is no exception. Now, whether you're buying, selling, or just staying informed, I'm here to help. Now, I'll see you in the next market update. Until then, you stay safe and take care. Talk soon.